Toya, we are at your home for the holidays.
Oh, welcome.
Your new home. Thank you for letting us crash your space.
Absolutely. I'm excited to have you here in this space, especially during the holiday. We've been blessed to have 3 homes and build them from scratch in Atlanta, Georgia, and I can't think of a better way to just, God, and I don't know what else to say. I mean, we got good credit. we have down payments. What do you need from me? I don't know what to say. I just know one thing. It has been a blessing to be able to build each home because they've done something different for my family every time.
Well, then what does this one represent for your family?
14 minutes away from a bus stop for me, but I would actually think it was probably going to be an end of an era of building homes. I think me and Eugene's next journey, once our kids graduate, will definitely be a high rise or, somewhere closer to their college campuses. I don't know.
So this is not necessarily the forever home.
This is not the forever home. Please don't say that. No, this is not the forever home. This is a wonderful investment. This is a place where my kids will graduate and maybe come home for one Christmas or two. But outside of that, I've kind of mastered this. And so I'm looking forward to us buying homes in, like Italy. Or, yes, a nice vacation home or a beautiful investment on the East Coast, where my sons go to school, or something of that nature.
How do they feel about mom and dad maybe following them?
They're not happy. My oldest son is literally saying, no, that's not gonna happen. But I see the future. I actually see it like, my parents both still live in Michigan. And honestly, I hate the fact that I can't drop my kids off over to their grandparents' house on the weekends, and we have a weekend off. And so I am looking forward to being that parent, not a grandparent, but maybe a nana, where they can drop nana, the kids off and things like that. So I'm planning for the future.
Okay, I like to hear it. How do you feel though about you constantly moving, being such a talking point, especially on the show and within the fandom of the show?
Last time you saw me, I was living my best life in my dream home.
I mean, so many people relocate, but it's only a negative if you're downgrading. Each time we've upgraded and we've always given our sons a sacred space, that they can call home. And really and truly, home is where we are. So we've literally made every home a special place for us. This house is most special because each house we've lived in, we've had our puppy, and she passed away here. And so that's something we're always gonna remember.
She was in the pool, drowned. That's bad. Everybody know Bailey.
I do also have to give you props. You are one of the few people who has gone on reality TV and been honest and open about financial distress.
Ooh, yeah.
And having to walk through that journey and paying back your taxes and all that.
At the end of the day, we owe like $170,000.
Bitch, who owes $170,000 to the damn IRS?
The most scariest thing I have ever experienced in my life.
That chapter is finally closed, correct?
Yeah, forever. I'm claiming it because really and truly, we've been that family that we've always been open with each other. Me and my husband have always been open with each other. I remember when we first started dating, we went to a marriage counselor and he was like, "You're not even married yet. What are you doing?" And I was like, it's good to get it all out. Let's just talk about everything, ahead of time. And and from that point on, that's what our relationship has been about. Even with my children, we're very open, and I feel like people learn from your openness, people learn from your truth. And you don't have to go back and, rewrite history if you lied about it, 12 seasons ago,
right.
So now we just live in our truth, and it's actually helped people. I get so many inboxes on people saying, "Thank you for sharing, thank you for being honest." Who was that realtor? Who was that accountant? Things of that nature. So it's all been a journey, but it's been a good journey for us.
Yeah, and to the point of, you don't have to go back and clean up any lies. You can also point to, I was honest about that. Why would I lie about this petty thing you're coming at me for now?
That part, exactly.
Eugene, though, seems to be working more than ever right now.
Oh, baby. He's at work right now.
For the last 6 months, I am no longer working locally.
I'm doing it because, yes, I get paid. I make a little more money. It's a lot more money.
It better be,
It is.
because he's gone a lot more.
What's the commute for today? Is he getting
Today
back in
is a
time?
2-hour commute. It was something that we wanted to try out because we were thinking that once we retire, he could work 10 days a month, you know, do the job, drive to it, stay there for 10 days, and then have the rest of the month off. So it was actually a trial for us, but we realized that we just don't like it because he's exhausted.
Yeah.
By the time he came home, you know, it's like 5 hours, you know, of a drive sometimes, and then he can fly, but that's a hassle going through the Atlanta airport. It's just not working, you know, so we're interviewing. Eugene is a well-respected ER doctor in the Atlanta community, so, you know, really and truly, he can get a job anywhere.
What is your response to people who think you put the pressure on him to work this hard to pay for the lifestyle you want?
I get a paycheck, you know, and my husband has made it very clear, you know, look, she makes more than me, but I'm like, you know, that's not even it. My husband had, since the day I met him, he's a workaholic.
Yeah.
He loves what he does. He loves taking care of people. There's nothing I can say. He's only missed 1 day of work in his whole entire work
his 20
career.
plus years of
He
work?
literally worked with an IV attached to his arm one time. Yeah, absolutely. And that's just who he is.
So if
And
you wind up in the ER, you want Eugene
I want
to be your
Eugene,
doctor.
absolutely, absolutely. People literally go on my DM and they're like, I saw your husband. That was your husband. I'm like, yes, that was my
We're not
husband.
just on TV, we're
Right,
real
he's
people.
a real doctor. He's a real people, and he loves you. And so, yeah, that's his thing.
How are you navigating all the time spent apart right now and making sure your marriage doesn't suffer because of you spending so much time away at work?
Oh, it's challenging. You'll see it this season on the show. It's challenging because my boys challenge mom. You know, every now and then that mouth. You know,
And
but
you don't have backup in the
and they
room.
don't do it with their dad. You know what I mean? It's for some reason. If he says it, it's gold. You know, and I'm like, when I say it, it's a challenge. Well, you don't know, Mom. Are you sure? You know, I'm like, of course. You know, I'm sure. I've lived this life. I'm actually more experienced in these areas than your dad, because he was a goody two shoes as a kid. Okay, so I just, you know, I think that now they need their father. They need to see his presence.
Leave my kids' name out of my mouth, out of your mouth.
How can we leave your kids out of our mouth when you dogged our whole family?
You step into the season and kind of step in it with Heavenly. Despite your best efforts, I think, to not cross her boundaries, because you did bring up her son's arrest,
Yeah.
but in a very top line, here's the headline way,
Yeah.
no commentary on it.
Yeah.
All I know is there was something on social media talking about some guy named Damon Jr. being arrested, and he might be related to Heavenly.
Did you realize that was going to cause so many dominoes to fall?
Absolutely. It was something that she had been keeping a secret for 2 years. And I felt like over the years, we've been on the show for 12 years, and there has been no secrets. There's for my life and my family. And all of the secrets that we've had or did not want to share was brought out by Heavenly and Quad Webb, you know? And so I was like, well, hey, look at here. You know, tell us more. Let us get to know you, Heavenly. And, you know, as bad as it felt to do it, you know, because it didn't feel good, I just felt like Heavenly had been on this show for 11 years. And I was like, and you haven't shared really any intimate details about your family, your marriage, your children, anything, but you love to indulge in everybody else's business. And I was like, at this point, we need to know what's going on. Is everything okay? How can we help you? And as you see, as the season goes on, I actually was, you know, very upfront about that. I was like, what do you need from us, your friend group? Because what we don't want to do is find out everything on the internet.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You turn around and say, we're your friends, we are with you 6-9 months out the year, and you hold that secret for 2 years. You know, and I was like, it's not a good thing.
She's not really held back in her interviews about you as the season has started. She's labeled you the villain,
Yeah.
says she wants to fight you.
Yeah.
Where did the two of you net out?
You know, I've always wanted to fight Heavenly too, you know. But we're an adult, you know. That's not what we do. So I will say this, you're just gonna have to watch, you know, really and truly. You know, Heavenly has a lot of issues with the cast this season. and mostly because of the way she has attacked our families. And now it's like, girl, you gotta mend some fences. You have to be honest about your life. And if you wanna deflect by saying that you're going into politics, that's fine.
Do you think that is a distraction?
I do. I think it's a deflection. You know, I think there's a big difference. I think she's trying to distract the audience, but I think that what she doesn't realize is me asking the questions, these questions have nothing to do with her opponents and the questions they're gonna ask and the business they're gonna put out on her. So, honey, I'm just a little cupcake over here giving, I'm just trying to help you out. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to help her out.
You mentioned Quad a second ago. What makes those friendships worth fighting for, or are they worth fighting for at this point for you?
I think any friendship that you've had for over 12, 13 years is worth fighting for. And I think that we fight because we love each other. It's like a family. My family, my real family, my biological family, we go at it. I mean, the holidays is hard, they're very hard. But, in the end, it's because you want to see everybody grow. You want to see everybody succeed. And, we watch their kids, like you said, grow up. And so we're like, it comes with the territory.
Yeah, you've invested so much, you don't want to just let it slide.
Absolutely not.
You do try to play peacemaker.
I am a peacemaker.
For Quad and Simone coming out of that reunion.
Yes.
Simone says you need to keep your mouth shut.
Absolutely.
Simone,
I don't like the way you call my name.
can you guys fix this? Because I think you're still angry, and I think you're still hurt. And those two
I am
things.
not angry, so I don't know where this bitch is getting that
She
from.
just called me a bitch.
How did playing peacemaker work out for you this season?
There's a lot of other people this season that needs to keep their mouth shut.
Who?
I mean, there was Jackie talking about somebody's thyroid.
Is your thyroid enlarged?
What do you want from me? I'm like, hey, I think we all have a little slip of the tongue, and I think that there are times where we're not gonna necessarily be proud of everything that we say, but I think our friends are there to hold us accountable. And I like to look at myself as the accountability friend, because they hold me accountable every season. If you can't tell, over the 12 years, I'm the girl.
Yes.
So.
On the note of accountability, Jackie does call you out on the Curtis comments that happened.
I think that Curtis has his hands on a couple of different ways on our show before. Me being one of those individuals.
I was mad. Why? Because it painted Curtis in a light that is not representative of who he is today.
Do you regret saying anything on Watch What Happens Live, or do you stand by your reading of Curtis?
I regret things when people are empathetic. And I feel like Jackie is still covering up the fact, and I understand that's her husband. She's supposed to protect and support him. But Jackie saw the footage. Everyone saw the footage. She saw her husband pull me in his lap. I was stunned. Any other time I would have hopped up and ran, but I was just so stuck. Literally, my husband was sitting right there, and I'm like, oh
yeah, it's
God,
like there's nowhere to go.
But I feel like she still, even to this day, has not apologized for saying that I sat in his lap. And that's a big difference. And it's very disrespectful to me. It's disrespectful to my marriage, because I would never sit in another married man's lap. I wouldn't sit in any man's lap while my husband is present. And it was just rude. It was like, oh, that wasn't a good thing. Just to protect your husband by making mine look bad? No, it's not good.
We see in the flash forward at the end of the premiere a pretty fiery moment for you.
What I'm not gonna do is have y'all up in here smiling in my mother face when you ain't got my mother back as far as my marriage.
Who was that message most intended for?
Oh, we were right there. We were outside.
Oh, so it happened here.
We were right outside. It's in Serenity Village. That's what I call it. Serenity Park. It was not serene.
I was gonna say, that doesn't sound
there
serene.
was nothing serene about that day. But you have got to tune in for that one too, because baby, that was one of those moments where I wasn't mad at them. I was mad at me and Eugene. We moved in to this house and it had been so peaceful. I mean, we were like floating on a cloud until that day. And so that's probably the only episode that I'm like,
Not looking forward
yeah,
to.
yeah, not me and Eugene's best moment.
Okay. So it was a internal thing that came out. It wasn't
Absolutely.
that the women forced you into that place.
No, they can't force me into anything. No. Only my husband.
Who surprised you the most this season?
Brandy.
Okay, one of our new friends.
Yes, Brandy surprised me the most, and Jackie. Jackie worked the season. Jackie checked in. Jackie checked in. Every time I was around Jackie was checking in. I was like, oh, who is this girl? Yes, Jackie and Brandy. Brandy was a breath of fresh air. She's a boss in her own right, and really and truly, I feel like she's what we need. She has 4 kids, working mom, has a business. Her husband is in the medical industry too. He's medical sales, and I was in pharmaceutical sales, so I know how hard he works. And really and truly, their dynamic reminds me so much of me and Eugene when we first started. So they're not our replacement, let's be true. Okay, let's be clear. But they are what we need.
What relationship for you changed the most because of this season? And it could be good or bad. Quad. Okay, is it good or bad?
It's good.
That's good.
It's good. Yeah, we've been working hard on our relationship. Yeah, absolutely.